Yo, what's good with it, everybody? What's good with it, everybody? I'm bad, a few minutes late here, man. Wanted to tap in with y'all real quick on this bright Friday. Talk this good here basketball with y'all real quick. And y'all, pardon me, man. I'm bringing these water jugs to my basement real quick, man. But again, wanted to tap in with the people, talk this good basketball with y'all, and have a good conversation from it. From people that ain't a basketball fan, try to turn y'all into one. If you got away from watching basketball, we try to bring you back. That's where we at with it, man. But salute to y'all again. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope everybody day going well. Hope everybody is enjoying it. Hopefully y'all got some good plans to get out there and enjoy yourselves, man. Hopefully wherever y'all at, the sun is shining, the skies is blue, and you got some, some great people to enjoy it with, man. Hopefully, again, wishing everybody nothing but the best. And having to be a good vibes Friday, man. Good vibes Friday. So mix it up here a little bit. Man, right off the bat, though, I know not to keep beating on it, man, but the Western Conference, hey, man, that 7 through 10 or 6 through 10, man, that kind of in the West is looking tight, man. Looking real tight. You got the Mavs, you got the Lakers, the Thunder, you got a whole bunch, you know what I mean, that's there. And we getting to see it's coming down to the nitty-gritty of it. My brother Just doing the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. My bad, man, I'm out of breath. Like I said, I'm bringing my 5-gallon jugs to the basement real quick. Getting the workout while cooking. But yeah, this Western Conference, man, coming, like I said, just playing situation, it's going to be a tight one. And them seedings for them teams at the top, they can have their hands full. You know what I mean? Depending on the matchups. It ain't no for sure lock on who going, you know what I mean? Who going to get them, when they get them seedings, it's not no for sure shot they going to win. So it's going to be, we're going to see some competition. You want a bottle or you going to give her milk? You can try the milk, see what she do. It's not a for sure thing. That first round gonna be something. It's gonna be something real, real glorious, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. We only got a handful of games left. Matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, man, my Lakers have messed around and moved their butts over into the 9th seed. Let me double check for y'all real quick. Well, I know the majority of y'all, the people listening, might not be a Lakers fan, so for my Lakers fans that's catching this playback or catching this joint, let's take a look and see where we at in the standings real fast. Now let's take a look. See. Yeah, so I swear the last update when I just saw we moved from 10th to 9th, and I think we tied. It's like a 3-way or 2 or 3-way tie. Let me look for y'all real quick. So they got us at 10. I looked at so we got pretty much 8 through 11. 8 through 11 got matching identical records. I mean, obviously we know the team that's going to be on top is due to the team that owns the tiebreaker within that team. So it's one of those things when you look at it, man. It's like this is it's coming down to literally the last couple of games of the season. You know what I mean? My Lakers team, we done won 2 straight. The Pelicans done won 3 straight, and the Mavericks is on the 2-game losing streak. Same with the Timberwolves and the Warriors. So they better figure that out. Like I said, man, you drop too many of these games and you run yourself into a situation or scenario where you know what I mean, you literally are trying to skate in with one game over 500 or something like that, or mess around and hit a losing streak or start playing your worst basketball at the wrong time, man. You can mess around and get up out of there. And it's something we can see. I'm not gonna sit up there and say it's a foregone conclusion. My team gonna make it, but I like our chances. If we healthy, I like our chances. And we getting there. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's only a handful of games left. Clutch, big wins. My Lakers team coming through. D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis showing up big. Austin Reaves, that people want to rave about, this, that, and the third. He's just being an energizer bunny, putting the battery in that team pack right now that they need. This team needs some energy. This team needs some people that show out there and playing like they care. And that's what we're getting to see. But again, like I said, man, it's not a foregone conclusion, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Some big crucial games. These last couple of games is gonna matter for each and every one of them teams. Like I told you a few lives ago, man, I said, hey, it's coming down for the last few games for every team. Every team I just named off, pretty much 6 through 11, all within a 2 or 3 game win streak of being knocked out of the playoffs to a play-in situation or out of the playoffs altogether. So they better be taking these games serious. I would say for my sake though, I'm really, really hoping that the Trailblazers don't shut down Dame, because I got him on my NBA fantasy. I know they're 32-40, and they're not gonna run the risk of him being hurt. So really hoping they don't do that, man, because if they do that, I'm gonna be in trouble. Because a lot of my big hitters on my fantasy, Embiid and the rest of them guys, man, they already got they playoff seed, locked down. So they definitely gonna, go ahead and wind up minutes down. Make sure that they going into the playoffs fully rested. Definitely want to make sure they stay in the rhythm, but they definitely gonna make sure they rested. You know what I mean? So then that way, when playoff time comes around, guess what? You're getting the best version of that player. But like I said, I'm really, really hoping that that they decide, allow these players to keep playing, so they stay in the rhythm, they stay hungry for it, and we see some good basketball, and it works out in my favor. But hey, I'm in a dogfight right now with my other TWT member, Case Savoy. I think I'm only up by like 30. I think I'm up by like 20 or 30 on him. And like I said, man, it's a dogfight. We coming down to the last couple of days, so we're gonna have to see. You know what I mean? What's my team made out of? We're gonna have to see whether or not they decide to keep playing these guys, or if they gonna, do what's expected, which is, start to reduce their minutes, so then that way the wear and tear on their body and everything like that, they going into the playoffs healthy, and giving themselves a chance to make a deep playoff push. Is she drinking it? Kinda, yeah. She was doing the same thing when I was giving it to her. She would drink some and stop, drink some and stop. My bad, y'all. Tyron Scott in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you stopping through. She says, if the Lakers play like they did last game, they can definitely beat anyone when Bron gets back. Yeah, Tyron, that's a good point. It's just a matter of them needing to make sure that they all continue to play how they need to play, and not sit up there and when he get back, they try to all decide to hit the snooze button, or, I don't need to do this because Bron got it, or I don't need to do this because Bron this, or thinking that, he going to be the person that's going to do everything. It's like, no, that ain't the case, man. Y'all continue to play and compete like y'all been doing without him. You know what I mean? Don't sit up there and rely on this 30-year-old man, 38-year-old man to come back from injury and expect him to step in and take over as if he's in his mid-20s or something. You know what I mean? This isn't prime LeBron you're seeing. You're seeing a old LeBron that's still able to play at an elite level. You know what I mean? But for some reason, a lot of them like to, hit the snooze button and just relax. And I don't know why they do it. I can sit with her. And I don't know why they do it. For me personally, it's highly annoying. I hate seeing it, man. I be sitting here watching the games, and I be watching them, and I'm like, God, what are you doing, man? Like, keep competing. I don't know why they just be deciding to, LeBron's here. It's time for me to go ahead and relax. So LeBron's here. I don't got to do this. I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to make the extra pass. I ain't got to be aggressive and take the shot. It's like, bro, all y'all NBA players, y'all on the same team. Y'all sole goal and mission is to win a championship. So if that means you take an extra shot to take a load off him, go for it, man. He ain't the only one that got the ultimate green light where he decide he can shoot any shot he wants and nobody's going to say nothing. Nah, bro, everybody got to be held accountable. One man is not bigger than the program. One man is not bigger than the team. He may be the face of the league and on his way out or whatever the case you want to call it, but at the end of the day, you still got to be able to hold him accountable for any shot he takes that you feel is ill-advised or a bad shot. You got to hold your teammates accountable no matter who they are. So Tannis guys said the Lakers protect Reaves from leaving. I know it. They lucky to stumble upon a player like that. That's a fact. That's a fact that they got one of those guys that got drafted, but he's a fan or a crowd favorite. He's a fan favorite. So whenever you get a player like that, He gonna get the crowd going when he get in the game because they love that. The same how they had Mark Madsen. Think about that, man. Mark Madsen was there. Everybody know he wasn't go get out there and bring you no points or do anything crazy, but the crowd loved him. He was a high energy guy, and guess what he did? He picked up the energy and tempo in the game when he got in, and the crowd loved him. They loved his dedication to the Lakers. They loved his hard, like how hard he worked. They love his energy he brought to the team. And that's the same thing with Reaves. The difference is with Reaves is that he's able to actually he can shoot some, he can knock down his free throws, he makes, you know what I'm saying, good plays. And he's not terrible. You know, he's just a scrappy young player. So it's like you need players like that on their team. That's young, scrappy, and you know what I'm saying, they don't feel overwhelmed by the moment. You know what I mean? He's knocked down a couple of big shots too in pressure situations like that game. I think it was a game winner in Dallas, and they was playing the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? Bron drove, kicked it out to him, boom, he knocked down a 3-pointer. So it's like they got faith in him, they got confidence in him too. So again, him as a young player, he got to make sure, you know, he doesn't get away from understanding like the where he's at right now. If I was him, and which I think he's probably gonna do, is take advantage of the situation you have and enjoy, you know, so the road is, or enjoy the process as it is now. Because you've seen players like that where they get a little bit of hype in one year and then they go to a different team and then all of a sudden you don't hear anything from them. The next thing you know, you see them working at your local Starbucks or something, like some crazy stuff like that. Like it's people that need to take advantage of other opportunities. You know what I mean? So I expect him, if the Lakers offer him a 4-year, $50 million deal or something like that, I expect him to take that. Just because it's better that, you know, he's still extremely young, so it allows him to still, you know what I'm saying, build upon his own career, build upon his own skill set, and continue to you know, be a crowd favorite or a fan favorite of the Lakers. Continue to do that, and that'll help you go. It'll help you go a long way because it's gonna allow you to again have that exposure where you're gonna go somewhere. And the same like a Alex Caruso, for example. You know what I mean? People loved Alex Caruso when he was a Laker, right? And then he went to the Bulls. They loved him there too. Because what are you getting from a player from Alex Caruso? You're getting a hard nosed defender, somebody that's going, you know what I'm saying? He's not the highest level or elite scorer or anything like that, but he's gonna go out there and compete. He competes. He does not quit. He does not give up. He absolutely competes. And they love that. Everyone loves that. You know what I mean? So it's like when you see a player like that and they leave and they go somewhere, it's rare for them to kind of maintain that same type of you know, a crowd favorite and stuff like that. It's rare that you see it, but Alex Caruso has it because he plays and competes extremely hard. No Smoke in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Mike Biggs Boxing in the building. Salute to you, man. Hey, we the same complexion, bro. Y'all want to call me light skin, man. But yeah, like and it's perfect and almost a point good example of it was Alex Caruso. He was like kind of like the only like white dude on that Lakers team. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, the crowd of fans loved him because what he brought to the team, how he played in the tenacity he brought to the team. Same thing you getting from or you getting from Austin Reaves. So I think you see the same thing, but I think, you know what I'm saying, I don't think Austin Reaves is going to do the same thing that Alex Caruso did. And Alex Caruso, I mean, you can't be mad at him when you get offered a bag like that, bro. It's like you have to take that. You know what I mean? They left it a no-brainer. He actually said he didn't want to leave, but it was a situation where, you know, he had to go secure the bag for his family. He had to go secure the bag, you know, generational wealth. You know what I mean? If the Lakers is offering you 40 million and you got another team offering you 90, you're gonna take the 90. I don't care who you are, you're gonna take it. Just because, again, it's an opportunity to secure the bag and longevity for your fam, man. Brother Ricky Williams in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get y'all right real quick. Man. Yeah, we just clicking on a few different things, man. Like I said, I didn't have one set agenda, but I just love to talk basketball in general. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do an open court, and it's gonna be anything and all thing basketball. But yeah, man, he definitely is a prime example of that. Like I said, any of these players you see, they get offered a bag like that, man. It's 9 times out of 10 they're not gonna turn it down unless they've already, you know what I'm saying, secured the bag off of like a other big contract or something like that, man. Obviously, we all know Dennis Schroeder fumbled the bag. He probably had the biggest fumble of them all. Definitely probably had the biggest fumble of them all, man, where Lakers offered him, like, I think it was like a 4-year. It was either, I want to say a 2 to 4 year deal, and it was like upwards of like 60, 70 million or something like that. And then he turned it down. Nobody picked him up in the offseason market. He ended up playing for the Celtics on like a veteran minimum. And he was getting like 1.2 or 2.1 million or something like that. And he's second going around for Lakers now, obviously a better deal. But I think this time around, man, if offered, he's definitely going to get a bigger bag from it, and you're going to see a different outcome of it. You know what I mean? He's definitely not going to make that mistake again. It's extremely hard for you to fumble the bag twice. You got to be one person that either got a terrible accountant or agent or manager, or you just plain out dumb. Like that's the only way to put it. You fumble the bag twice on the opportunity, getting offered money like that, man. Yeah. There ain't too much you can really say in regards to that. You have to kind of take that on the chin and let it be what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm excited. Playoffs is around. Like I said, playoffs for me is like March Madness. I guess for me, that's like March Madness. I love playoff time is around, man, because it allows me an opportunity to get to watch teams compete. And it brings out the highest level of competition. Why? Because you have teams having to literally strategically plan and beat this team. You know what I'm saying? 4 out of 7 games, and you can end up as best out of 7. You know what I mean? You can end up playing all 7, but you still got to beat them. And then so that it turns into a thinking man's game. Like I spoke on for how the Suns lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost to the Bucks because from a coaching standpoint, they didn't make the necessary adjustments they needed to make, and we saw what happened. You know what I mean? Bucks ended up winning that joint. Now, that's not a foregone conclusion. The Bucks was going to win if the Suns made that. You know what I mean? If the Suns made that adjustment, that doesn't say that the Bucks wouldn't win. It just gives the Suns a better opportunity and chance of beating the Bucks. But they didn't, so the rest is history. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was watching it, I was literally screaming at the TV the adjustment they needed to make. They're sitting there like yelling at the TV. I was just like, all right, man, whatever. They don't see it, and they're not gonna make them changes. You know what I mean? That's on them. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I'm not gonna even act as if they can hear me. For me, I love seeing smart basketball. I love seeing competitive basketball. My brother OTB in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping to this joint. Let me get you right real quick. But yeah, man, I appreciate smart and competitive basketball. You know what I mean? And playoff time is where you're supposed to see it, but then again, you also get to see where a lot of teams could be. You know what I'm saying? Where they could be lacking. I mean, what are they missing? You know what I mean? It could be they need to make a coaching change. It could be they need to make a roster change. This energy guy being plugged into this, you know what I'm saying, into this system could have made a difference and helped this team out. A lot of things you get to witness and see during the playoff time in the NBA, man. But again, since I brought up March Madness, hey, man, it is living up to the definition of its name. It's definitely been madness, man. All these top seeds getting dropped left and right. All these teams hey, man, I ain't never. It's been a while since you done seen where there's only like 0.13 or 0.3% of you know what I'm saying brackets left that's in the hunt. Like what are the odds of something like that, man? You got teams get knocked off left and right, and they come down to them young men is out there competing, and young women too. You know what I mean? Even for the female March Madness games and stuff too, man. I feel that it was wrong that they put them games on the same time as men's games, but hey, man, who am I to say anything? NCAA do what they want to do, but for the March Madness games, though, man, you seeing these young men is out here competing, knocking down shots, playing some defense, going in there playing unafraid against a top seeded team, letting them know pretty much they coming out and punching the bully in the mouth from the get go to let them know we're here to fight. We're not here to lay down. We're not here to take a L. We're gonna push y'all to the brink and see what y'all got really in the tank. And a lot of these teams, those top seeded teams, man, they just wasn't who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. Nah, that ain't the case. They wasn't who we thought they were, and they got beat off the hook. Like these no lower seeded teams or less known schools and stuff like that, man. They absolutely getting out here and they making a name for themselves. So again, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I love the competitive nature of March Madness. I'm loving seeing these smaller colleges come in and knock off these bigger, you know what I'm saying, Pac-10 teams or whomever, D1 teams and stuff like that. I'm loving every minute of it. Absolutely every minute of it. Now, when I go over to and I switch back over to the NBA though, who do I have winning it? Man, this is gonna be a tough one. I mean, realistically, I think the front running favorites for it right now, as it stands, has to be the Milwaukee Bucks. Why? Because they seem to be the healthiest team, but also the team that's built to play they're built to play any style of basketball, and they have the ability to match up with every team and beat every team that's there. It's not too many teams you can say that about. Yeah, we throw the Boston Celtics into it, but when you think about the Boston Celtics, and obviously they was just there, you know what I mean? They lost to the Warriors and they were just there, and they seemed like they came out as a team that was on a mission and things like that. But when you think about the Celtics, yeah, they can pretty much do the same, but I just feel like that Giannis effect is different. You know what I mean? Compared to a Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Okay. You saying bye bye today. My bad, y'all. My daughter over here throwing a fit. Come on. Come on, fathead. What you whining about? You want this or not? So you don't want it. Okay, so you want to just come get daddy? Okay. All right, mama. My brother G5 gave it a building salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get y'all right real quick. But yeah, man. Yeah, like as I was saying, my bad. My daughter kind of threw me off there for a minute. Um, the yeah, man. I got the Bucks as the lead honcho right now, winning the chip. But and then I got this. I would say the Celtics is close to that. If the Phoenix Suns are healthy, and that's a big if, but if they're healthy, I think out of the West, that would probably be the team that could have something to do with them. Outside of that, even again with my Lakers, man, I'm not gonna be delusional with it. First things first, man, we gotta either make the play-ins or make the playoffs first and be healthy. So it's a lot of factors that goes into that. So I'm not gonna be delusional or irrational with y'all with that. If they do it, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? If my team is healthy and we in the playoffs, man, the sky's the limit. I can see my team coming out of the West, but again, that's a lot to ask for that team. I need them to be healthy. I need them to be in the playoffs, and then what I'm saying, we go from there. But that Suns team, obviously they're gonna make the playoffs. If that team is healthy, absolutely sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Like that team, when you look at that Suns team from a Chris Paul, Devin Booker, KD, DeAndre Ayton, from a standpoint of them four alone, you got a team that at any given moment, any one of them can go off for 30. And they can probably all do it at the same. But you got a traditional point guard and CP3 who don't need to score. You know what I mean? He's a pass first point guard, but he's also a point guard that can run the system. And he is his own system, to be honest with you, just because he's been in the league as long as he have and got the accolades he has from a point guard standpoint. Like Chris Paul being on that team, man, as again, a point guard that's not going to turn the ball over, that's going to make the right play at the right time and things of that nature, man. It's its own different beast, man. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be different. Let this team be healthy. Let KD be out there, and it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble. And I say that because with KD, understanding this is a 7-foot monster who shoot the ball at damn near a 10-foot apex, shot is efficient as hell from anywhere on the floor, whether it be mid range or 3-pointer. This man can do it all at will anytime he wants to. The only thing he needs to do is be healthy. When he's healthy and in that team, like I said, KD is probably the only player that you can think of currently that can literally transition and fit into any system on any team, and they won't even see a defect of it or an impact from a negative standpoint. He's like the only player I can think of, the only one. But as I was saying, if he's out there, man, I mean, you have to make this Suns that I would say at least a prohibitive favorite to come out of the West, if not win it all. Definitely coming out of the West. But that Bucks team on the other side, that Bucks team is poised and ready to get back to where they want. You know what I'm saying? To get back to where they're supposed to capture them another chip. And then you know what I mean? We not gonna sleep on the Celtics team. We're not gonna sleep on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Brogdon. Yeah, we not gonna sleep on that because we know what they can do. We seen it. They got to the finals for a reason, and they pushed that Warriors team. But obviously, it was a bit too much. But they pushed that Warriors team as well, so we know what they can do. But when push comes to shove, man, it's one of them two that's gonna come out of the East. I like Philly. No disrespect to them. Joel is absolutely playing at an MVP, having himself an MVP caliber season and everything like that. Quick in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get you right real quick. like the he having himself an MVP caliber season. So I ain't gonna knock it, nor do I have anything bad to say about it. I like Philly, the James Harden, the Maxey, Tobias Harris, obviously Joel. You know what I mean? I like what they got. I like the roster they have, but we've seen time and time again, and I'm not hoping it, not wishing it, not and anything like that, man. But we've seen time and time and again when the playoffs come around, we see James Harden go from the old James Harden, what is that, regular season all NBA caliber player, to an old James Harden in the playoffs. We've seen it. Man, it looked like James Harden been sitting at the house, sitting on the couch with me watching games the way he be playing in the playoffs at times when it comes to them crunch moments and big moments. And so I just be like looking at it. I'm like, come on, man. Like, how is it you just kind of, shrink away? And I know he came out and said that he pretty much, you know what I mean? He played not down to the level of competition, but he wasn't as focused on it because he didn't believe his team could win. So, he pretty much was just saying that he folded because he didn't believe his team could win. He didn't have an opportunity to win it all. So for him, it was just kind of show up and just blase. They didn't take it as serious. You know what I mean? And I'm paraphrasing that. That's pretty much what he was admitting to, is that he didn't take it as serious. He didn't feel he had a good chance or a great chance at winning a chip. So his thing was, he just didn't, keep his foot on the gas. And again, that's kind of, what are you saying, Mama? What? It's kind of like, him just saying he didn't keep his foot on the gas because he didn't believe his team could win. Now being with Philly, he feels differently. He feels like he has everything around him to win. He feels like he has everything around him to be successful and get a chip. But, again, man, that's a narrative or something that you wouldn't even want to put out there in that kind of way, because it paints you in a whole different light. You know what I mean? I think realistically what he should have just said was that, in those type of situations, we came up short and just left it at that. Because in that way, it doesn't leave. Are you serious right now, bro? What? It doesn't leave like more to be desired for in a weird way. Like he left it kind of more so in a weird way of how he put it, of saying that, which was what, you know what I mean, that he didn't believe his team could win. So it's like, bro, you throwing your whole team under the bus, and also throwing your competitive edge and competitive nature under the bus as well, without realizing. It's like some of these players want to say smart stuff, but it's like, bro, y'all, you talk smart, but you're dumb. Or you saying something dumb, but you're trying to make it sound smart. It's like, come on, man. It's like keep just make it make sense at what you're doing. Like make it make sense of the fact of like you out here, you throwing your team under the bus, but you also throwing yourself under the bus. And it's like, I feel like this, man. If Philly doesn't win or at least get to the finals this year, bro, them Philly fans, they unforgiving. James Harden said he recommitted himself to the game. He lost some weight and he worked on a few things, and that's not gonna happen, and that. So we're gonna have to see it. If they come up short this year, bro, and there's gonna be a change. I can tell y'all that much right now. If they come up short, meaning if they don't at least make the finals, you're gonna see a change. You're gonna see a change. And y'all, you're hearing it here first from me. You're gonna see a change. Whether that be a coaching change, whether that be a James Harden up out of here change, maybe that be you're gonna see a change. Or they gonna bring in somebody else, but there ain't too many players that you can really bring in that's gonna really be a big difference maker for that Philly team, or that's gonna be willing to come there because they know, you know what I mean. They know that's Joel's team, and as realistically it should be his team. Right now, Joel is probably the most dominant big man in the game. Obviously, there's an argument between him and Jokic, and you can swing the door open on any side of that, and you won't be wrong. But when it comes to like just dominance, as far as like from a physical presence, I would have to go with Joel, man. Joel can do it on both sides of the end. Nobody ain't dunking on him, like, or he's contesting at the rim and stuff like that, man. Like that's where he gets the edge over Jokic in my book, is the fact that he's a defensive presence, you know what I mean, at the rim. Like Jokic, man, he can't even jump over a baby bottle. And it's like, that's no slight of disrespect to him and his overall game, but the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth. When I look at it from that perspective, and that's what separates the two, that's where I get it from, and that's where I go. Are you serious, girl? Yeah, my bad. My daughter decides she's trying to have her own little show at the same time, man. But yeah, it's just one of the things. That's what separates the two for me. I feel like Jokic can shoot just as good as Joel Embiid. I think the inside post game is probably just as good. Just because Jokic has more of that kind of. She didn't drink it. She didn't drink it. So I don't know if I just give her other bottle or that's why I said we've got to probably give it to her in her regular bottle and then switch her when she gets a little older. Um, but I think their post-up game is it's almost on par as the same. Passing, definitely got to get it. I give an edge to Jokic for sure on the passing element of it. Rebounding, kind of on par with each other. Overall, I would say pretty much on par. I think defensively, that's what separates the two for me is defensively, and then I think from a dominant standpoint of like physicality, I think Embiid has more of a physical athleticism to him than the Joker. Other than that, their games are extremely similar, man. Extremely similar. Brother Brian Corbett in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. But yeah, I feel that their games are extremely similar. They have a lot in common from that standpoint. But man, that's where they differentiate and separate for me is on that defensive end. So I'm gonna go with that joint there. Notice y'all, I got who I got in the background. I got that man, that Mamba in the black in the back out there, man. As we know, you know what I mean, what Black Mamba means, what he brought to the game, you know what I'm saying, his impact on the game and things of that nature, man. Obviously, as any of y'all, if you did know, now you know, NBA fan first, Lakers fan second. For a player, Kobe was my guy. That was my first player that I said that's my favorite player. And I stay loyal with him and I rock with him. That don't mean I gotta hate LeBron or hate MJ or throw shade at any other player to say Kobe is my guy. No, I ain't gotta throw shade at another person to big up another person. I ain't one of them type of people. You know what I mean? Definitely not one of them type of people. I rock with who I rock with, and then I stay solid. I stay solid with my guy. 88 Sports Talk. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you swinging through. I stay solid with my guy, man. Kobe is my guy, and it is what it is. You got a problem with it? Go kick rocks barefoot. Like you got a problem when you go kick rocks barefoot, man. I ain't hearing none of that. I ain't hearing it. I ain't tolerating it. Because one thing I notice, man, when I be hearing people arguing Kobe and Bron and who's the best, and Bron isn't over Kobe and this, that, and the third. One thing you're never gonna do is you're never gonna be able to sway someone else's opinion and who they rock with as a player. So don't waste the time. I mean, for argument's sake, if you're bored and you just want to fire off some stuff, ask somebody just to go back and forth with, go for it. With me, I'm not doing it, bro. It ain't no point. You're never gonna be able to move the needle. You're never gonna be able to change my opinion of that. And a lot of people, you know what I mean, they for some odd reason, bro, they like to argue semantics. They want to bring up statistics and say the numbers don't lie and all that good noise and stuff. At the end of the day, you're never gonna change somebody else's personal opinion of who they top player or top five or they own, you know what I'm saying, list, however they have it, pound for pound, all great, all time, all that stuff, man. You're never gonna change that. Brother 88 said Allen AI is my favorite all time. Hey, you're not gonna hear argument from me, bro. AI was that guy. He changed the game in a way where it had the league second guessing themselves of them saying, oh, you know what I mean, like you got like they painted him in a light that was a negative standpoint. They started trying to implement a dress code. They started trying to implement like certain little things like that. And it's like, why? Because he was good enough to come in and he was as good as he was for putting in the effort that he put in. And what do I mean by that? We all know AI had the whole practice rant. We know what was behind it, but the fact that he ranted about practice, we know he was in the clubbing, you know what I'm saying, all night and then go out and drop 40 on the team head, like stuff like that, bro. Like he didn't dedicate himself to like how Kobe did. He said it himself. When we was in the club, Kobe was in the gym or he was asleep. And then while we were asleep, he was in the gym. Or if he went to the club with us, the one time he did, he woke everybody up at 5 a.m. said, I went out with y'all. Now it's time for y'all to go do what I want to do, which is what? Get this work in. And a lot of people, like I said, man, they sleep on that. They don't appreciate what that man's dedication to his craft. They don't even realize the type of injuries You know what I'm saying? Cole was playing through. You know what I mean? Who do you know out there with a broken finger or a dislocated finger, a finger that never was right for damn near half a season with tape on it and still going up there and busting you up for 40? You know what I mean? Like, it's things like that. The same with AI, man. AI played through tons of injuries. Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. He was a small dude, barely even 6 foot, going out there finishing amongst trees. You know what I'm saying? Dropping 50 on the likes of even my own Lakers. You know what I mean? A team that was predicated as a dynasty and one of the best teams in the NBA. And he was out there, stole game one from them. Put them on notice. Like, y'all, we took game one. Y'all better take us serious. You know, there was a gentleman's sweep after that. It was just one of the things, bro. AI was that guy. And even Cove and a bunch of other players said that if AI was 6'5" or 6'6", bro, the league would have been in true trouble. They was glad that he was under 6'2". They was glad that he was as small as he was. Like, y'all better do your homework on how good AI was, and man, I'm pretty sure everybody that's in this joint is of age and aware AI. You know what I mean? But if you're not of age and you're not sure and you're unsure and you need to do some history of it, I highly advise and suggest you go look up some AI highlights and then look up how they spoke, his peers, how they spoke about him. I strongly encourage and suggest you go do that. Cause you're gonna be like, oh yeah, nah. If AI was 6'5" or 6'6", hell, even 6'4", they'd have been in trouble. Absolutely been in trouble. But like I said, man, Cove is my guy. If somebody else, you know what I'm saying, if you rocking with the AI, if you rocking with Shaq, you rocking with MJ, you rocking with LeBron, you rocking with whomever you rocking with, man. John Morant, KD, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like that's who you have as your top 10, or that's who you have as your number one, then that's your player. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody else try to sway you. Don't let nobody else try to any of that. The only thing is you don't have to downplay another player to big up your own player. That's the only thing I have to say about it. You ain't got to tear down this person to give this person their flowers, because there's enough flowers out there for all these players in every position. You ain't got to say, oh, you know, this player, it's what, like, nah. It ain't got to be that. And it's easy to do it. You know what I mean? It's harder to make up reasons to tear down the player as it is to just say, you know what, that player was nice too. But this is still my number one, but I respect what that person did. It's literally just that easy. And that's probably why a lot of people, man, when I be talking basketball, it's hard to kind of trying to find something to argue about, because it's like, it's easy for me to do that. It's easy for me to literally give that player their props, while at the same time understanding that, yeah, I give that player his props, but at the same time, like, this is still my guy. This is still my dude. This is who I still rock with. This is the player that I know, you know what I mean, when push comes to shove, this player is going to be out here and do this. This is the player I know that's going to step up in them clutch moments. You know what I mean? Demand the ball and you know what I'm saying, win or lose, it's going to be on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Taking that accountability and responsibility on my shoulders. It ain't too many players out there that do that, man. A lot of players shy away from the moment. Yeah, we got some players that make the right quote unquote basketball play, but we got some players that say, I'm shooting this, win, lose, or draw, it's gonna be on me. And I take any jacket that come with it. You know what I mean? We seen that. We seen that over and over. Yeah, my brother Brian Curtis said, and play bananas defense. Yeah, it's just one of the things, man, where we've seen time and time again the who them players are that's cut from that cloth. That's cut from that cloth. I'm taking this shot. It's on me. We win, cool. We lose, hey, I took the shot. I missed it. You know, it happens. You're not gonna make every shot in a clutch moment. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people have that issue when it comes to like a LeBron, and let's just say for argument's sake, when people have that MJ and LeBron argument, you know what I'm saying? A lot of MJ fans, the number one thing they run to and say is, oh, LeBron ain't clutch. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And then the LeBron fans, what do? They run right to the statistics and run to them numbers and say, hey, by the numbers, he got the most clutch points, or he made the most clutch shots. And it's like, and y'all know I'm right, man. Y'all know I'm right in the chat. Y'all know I'm right when it comes to that, man. When it comes to MJ and LeBron, that whole argument, that's the first 2 segment points that people go to. MJ 6-0 in the finals. LeBron he's 4-10. You know, he lost 6 on, and Jordan never won. But they don't talk about Jordan losing for like 9 years before he even got there. They don't talk about that. You know what I mean? But on the flip side of him losing, they don't talk about the fact he was going up against Hall of Fame teams. He was a one man show by himself, going against Hall of Famers, going against teams where they had to literally change the rules because they was out there trying to hurt that man. But then on the flip side of that, when you look at Brown of it, they're gonna say, oh, well, Brown was going through an Eastern Conference that was soft. He was going through an Eastern Conference that didn't have, Hall of Famers. They didn't have teams that was like, dubbed as teams that was good and this, that, and the third. And it's like last time I checked, that Detroit team that knocked off my Lakers was pretty damn good in my book. Where you had Chauncey, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, Ben and Rasheed Wallace, like. Like that's a squad in my eyes. Like I don't know last time y'all done looked at a basketball team, number one defensive team in the league and stuff like that. That's how I looked at that team. That's how I viewed that team. That team wasn't no team to sleep on. Brian had to overcome that. Same with that Celtics team. He had to overcome that Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG. That three-headed monster. And then they had Paul Pierce right there with him. I mean not Paul Pierce. They had Rajon Rondo right there with him. That was coming into his zone. And we seen playoff Rondo as a real thing. So, don't sleep on that. But again, all these things are saying what, man? It's all saying that there's always an argument that come to account where it's gonna either offset the other or it's gonna just bring up another argument, mute point. The truth of the matter is what, bro? The truth of the matter is MJ is 6-0 in the finals. MJ did lose about I want to say nine years in a row or however many years before he made it to the playoffs. So he's getting knocked out of the playoffs. Bron is 4-10 in the finals. That is a fact. He got 4 rings. He lost 6 of them. Nothing wrong with that. And it's like he went through some teams and he went through some, some East Conference teams where he dominated it to the point where they almost damn near named it, the La Eastern Conference. Like, Toronto hate that man, but at the same time, they might as well build a statue because they only relevant for a lot of that due to the fact that LeBron was, they almost renamed Toronto Lorato or something like that. You know what I mean? Because he dominated them for so long. Obviously, Kawhi went there, but that's way past the point of Bron being in the East. But Kawhi went there, won them a chip, so it made up for it. But again, who did they have to go through to get that chip? You know what I mean? Toronto went through. They barely edged out the Philadelphia 76ers. They got to the finals and they beat a extremely damaged and payless version of the Golden State Warriors. Why do I say that? Clay was out there on one leg. KD was out there and popped the leg. And it's like, yeah, bro, there was a lot that went into it that cost Steph his 5th ring. I can tell you this much: if that team was healthy, they would have dusted the Raptors off in a gentleman's sweep. At the very worst, gentleman's sweep, if not got swept. And anybody that want to argue that, hey, the link is pinned for a reason. If you want to argue that, go ahead and click that if you want to. That's an argument that you're gonna get swept under the rug with, man. Because we all know, we all know what that Warriors team was on. We knew what KD was doing with that team. We knew what Steph was on. We knew what Clay was on. But unfortunately, that injury, guys, they had it in. They had it in for the Warriors that year. They had it in. They had it in for the Warriors that finals. There was a lot that played into it. We all know injuries is a part of the game. But miss me with that. Them Raptors are dead in the water, man. Them Raptors was about to get done out if the Warriors was healthy. But they wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we can't do what ifs on the factor of that. They wasn't healthy. The Raptors played who was in front of them, and they managed to get the win. And they managed to get the chip. So you gotta accept it and call it what it is. But like I was saying though, when it come to those argument sakes and stuff like that, bro, it's mute points, but a lot of people love to argue it just cause. And I be hearing a lot of it just, listening or looking at other little basketball channels and stuff like that. I just be hearing it, bro. It be cracking me up, man, because I'll be like, they literally be sitting up here arguing somebody else's opinion of who their GOAT is or who they top 5 and all that kind of stuff is, man. And it's like, you're never gonna change somebody else's opinion, bro. You might give them perspective to look at it from a different light. But when the push comes to shove, and at the end of the day, guess what? They still gonna believe what they believe before you say the word out your mouth. Some people want to do it. Hey, go for it. I sit back and laugh and enjoy the time being wasted on the things that's being said, man. That's just how I look at it, man. That's how I view it. That's how I look at it. But I forgot who it was, man. Somebody was telling me they wanted to debate me on the MJ and Bron, the GOAT debate and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, hold on, bro. First off, you got to get past Cove and arguing that before you argue anything. I'm not gonna dismiss Cove and what he did to the game. I'm not gonna dismiss five of them things. I'm not gonna dismiss the fact that that man was the face of the league for many a years, even on the team where he had one of the greatest or most dominant players in history on his team. The man was still putting up numbers that was either identical, if not better, than the person that is the quote unquote most dominant big man in NBA history. Come on now, I want to talk to him a little bit, man. Talk to him. Don't. I let him off the hook with some of these things, man. I let people say certain things just to do it, man. But I love the game, and it's what I do, and it's what I love to talk about, man. So when it's one of them things, when push comes to shove, and I gotta really cook, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on. You know what I'm saying, that cooker's apron, throw on my gloves so I don't burn my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and fillet something up real quick. If I got to slow cook it, I'll throw it on there, throw some wood on it, keep that fire right, and I just slow cook them for hours on end. Either way, they're gonna get cooked at the end of the day, no matter how they want it. Hibachi style, slow cook, you know what I'm saying, flash fry, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter. Exactly right, Corbett. That's what I'm saying, bro. People saying that GOAT thing, is highly opinion based because there ain't no statistical thing that can say this is the greatest player of all time. There ain't no statistic of it. Because if they try to say, oh, it's Reaves, Bill Russell. Right outside of Bill Russell, you gotta say that. You gotta say Robert Horry. And ain't nobody calling for Big Shot Bob being the GOAT of anything. So it's like, bruh. It's like, bruh, come on, man. This is too easy. It's too easy, man. Absolutely too easy. And people just be sleep on that stuff, man. Like that, you can't argue rings because there's two people that's ahead of who they call they quote unquote greats or they goats. That's why I made a little video saying, greatest of all time versus GOAT, greatest of our time. So then that way you got people that's gonna say it's greatest of our time because they got to witness it firsthand. Versus you got some people that's gonna say this is greatest of all time because that person reigned supreme in the era of when they played. And so that person came from that time, that era. So they're gonna always say what that person's the greatest of all time. Because it's the greatest of all time to them and their time. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, yeah, man, they skip on these things. They want to skip the line and go to thinking that they can push their own narrative or push their own player off on somebody when that ain't the case. Like it's just one of them things, man. Like they people just be sleep on the fact and don't even understand that half of the stuff they be saying they don't comprehend or understand what they saying themselves. So what do, man? They like to sit there and literally just make up something. Or they like to sit up there and just change it up a little bit. Brad Curry said, then you have to factor in the impact they had on the culture as well. That's a fact, bro. And with that, come on. With that being said, who do you say had impacts on the culture? You got Jordan because his shoes will never, ever, ever stop selling. This man could release he could release one pair of shoes, let it be the exact same shoe, but do a different colorway on a weekly basis. And he gonna make over $1 billion every single month. And we seen they got to the point, man, where Nike and the Jordan brand got so bored, they started making freaking random just combination shoes, calling them something different. Like come on, man. Like that's how you know you got bored because you started literally making shoes that don't even have an origin or origination name of it. But you just started mixing the shoes all together. And he did that a lot. And it was the shoes where he just like, bro, what the hell is this? Man, these almost look like some Pro Wings with a Jordan symbol on it. Like, what the hell? It's like, bro, just stick. If I would MJ stick through the 1 through, let's just say dub zeros, or 1 through 18 or 19. That's all he should stick through that. Outside of that, when he started doing all these other random makeup of J's, bro, they were terrible. And I know I got some Jordan fanatics and some sneakerheads in here that's either gonna listen now or gonna listen to the playback. But y'all gotta be honest, man. Some of them shoes that he came up with, where they make them combination shoes like that, they're terrible. But and again, I say that just go on again. I say impact on culture. His thing is that AI made it cool for anybody to be any height to be able to have a handle the ball for the crossover. So he affected it that way. Kobe had the Mamba mentality of what? Getting out there and being a dog. Like everybody, when you think of it this way, when you shoot something into the trash, what is you saying? Kobe. You're not saying Jordan. You're not saying Bron. You're not saying Curry. What are you saying? Everybody's saying Kobe when they shooting something into a trash or into a basket or into anything. They yelling out Kobe. And then the next culture changer from there is you have Curry. Curry is what? The person now where you seeing all these young guns, all these young kids, and whomever, you know what I'm saying, launching threes from down their half court. The walk off three, the no look 3-pointer and stuff. Hell, he even had LeBron doing a no look three. It's like, come on, man. Like you supposed to be the face of the league and you out here copying what Curry doing? What the hell? Stop, Zoe. And then, you know what I'm saying? He said AI, MJ, Magic, bro. A lot of them, that's why, you know, so okay, you know, you're not really sitting here just yelling in my face, bro. And then he said Muggsy made it clear to be short. Yeah, that's what I said, man. And the thing is that the people I'm naming, if you think about the things, if you think about the things that I'm actually naming, is what I'm naming things that were tangible for anybody to be able to go out there and do. When it comes to LeBron, from a cultural impact, outside of the fact that he is a billionaire and he made it cool to I wouldn't say he didn't start building super teams, but made it cool to want to go play with other, you know what I'm saying, all-star caliber or players and stuff like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people blame LeBron for that. They blame him for teams needing to team up or go play with the best of the best and all that kind of stuff. So I would say from a cultural standpoint, maybe that's how LeBron's impact on it was, as far as that's his impact. But a lot of people don't really look at it and say, oh, you know what I mean? Like he changed the game from a cultural standpoint. And what do I mean by that? Because he's 6'8", 6'9", at that size, and it's like one of those rare kind of, you know, specimen of a human being that played the game to be that quick at that size. People can't be that quick or that size. So what do? They revert back to being able to what? They gravitate towards Steph Curry because he can shoot. Anybody at any height, you know what I'm saying? You can be any height and be able to shoot. You ain't got to be 6'9" to be a shooter. So Steph made that more of a natural kind of, he normalized shooting. Kobe, when I say Mamba mentality, it's a mentality. It has nothing to do with what size you are. So these are the things I'm thinking of, bro. When you think of LeBron, you don't think of those things. That doesn't come to mind for you when you think of LeBron. When you think of LeBron, you think of his size. That's the first thing you think is bully ball. You don't think of nothing else. When you think of Magic Johnson, what do you think of? You think of passing. Because Magic that's why he got the nickname was Magic. It was Magic when he was on the court. You think of his passing ability. So it's like, come on, man. Like, these are all things, and this is too easy. Like, you know what I mean? Way too easy. Talking about these things, man. He said, Brancourt said, them 80s Lakers and Sixers, Celtics, and the Pistons were super teams. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. And people will say, what was the impact this person made either on the culture and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, when you think of LeBron, y'all tell me in the chat, what's the impact that comes to mind when y'all think LeBron's impact on the culture? Y'all let me know what comes to mind for y'all. All right, hold on. Let's give you one of these. Give Daddy 2 minutes. My bad, y'all. 1 second. Taking an intermission, giving my daughter one of her little snacks real quick. But yeah, y'all tell me in the chat, man. What comes to mind when you think of LeBron's impact on the culture? What comes to mind? When you think of LeBron, what comes to mind? It's like I said, for me, what comes to mind is he made it cool for you to want to go and play with, you know what I'm saying? Go link up with some people and play like some of the other best players. He made it cool to go and like do those type of things. He made it cool to look at it and take, I guess, take ownership and the path of your career, your NBA career. He made it cool from that sense. But outside of that, it's like as far as impact, as far as like I said, when you think of a Curry, you think of shooting. When you think of Kobe, you think of Mamba mentality. When you think of Magic, you think of passing. You think of those things. When you think of AI, you think of what? You think of crossover. When you think of Kyrie, what do you think? Crossover. So it's its own different impact, man. It's different impacts on the game. So for me, like, and how I went through that for y'all, that's how I view it, man. Brother Brian Crow said he did what AI did, carry a franchise. That's a fact, bro. If AI, like I told y'all, man, if AI would have been a little bit taller, man, man. Brian Crow said, when did the city go through a financial straits after a player left? Hey, I guess that's the impact he had, bro. He left Cleveland, and man, they went through a midlife crisis over there. They, they hey man, they became irrelevant. I hope my brother DP Rocker not listening to this. So I hope we don't catch the playback on this because I know he out there. You know what I'm saying? He from that, and he from that neck of the woods, man. He from them neck of the woods, man. So I don't want him to be mad that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? That city pretty much going from being, you know what I'm saying, a designer store to being a Payless, you know what I'm saying, Radio Shack overnight after a player left. And boy took his talents to South Beach and took the whole economy to South Beach with him. Oh man, I ain't right. Hey, I don't mean no slight or disrespect to Cleveland, man. We just talking in the past, man. What happened, man? Y'all. Hey, when you know, you know. You know what I mean? They know what it meant when Bron dipped out. They know what that was. They know the effect it had. You know, I mean, we're not gonna sit here and try to act like it didn't. We're not gonna sit here and try to fake it. We know what that was. We know what that was when Bron dipped, what they turned into, and the things they was going through. You know what I mean? So, brother, Southern T in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get you right real quick, man. Let me get you right real quick. 1 second here, real fast. One second here, my brother T in the building. Hold on, man. Let me get you right real quick. But yeah, man, like I was saying, we know what that was. We know what that meant. When Bron left Cleveland, we yeah. Like I said, if we use an analogy to say, you know what I mean, that they was a store, you know what I mean, they went from being a designer store, you know what I'm saying, a Gucci store, and then they turned into, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood corner store that sell fake Gucci and other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's them hood corner stores. They got them white tees and everything else. What's good with it, T? I think he froze up, or is that me?
Did I? Yeah. Okay.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Hear me?
Yep, now I can hear you. Hey, look, Brian Cooper said it turned into watch. Yeah, BC, it did. It turned into watch, bro. Like it did something crazy. What's good with it, my brother?
Well, yeah, I was talking when I hit you yesterday about the update. I want to talk about the update in particular. I was talking about people updated opinions and look and views on the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
Now you got some people saying,
oh yeah.
You got some people saying that they're a real contender, they're a real threat. You know what I mean? They saying, you know, how good they look. You know, they able to win some games without LeBron. They almost 500 without LeBron. Now they saying they're able to win games without him. If you add him back in the mix when they get back with Russell and AD and Reaves and London Walker and with all of them playing as good as they're playing right now, some people feel like that they could win this year. Some people feel like they could win the ship this year.
Oh, so we had. Well, I'm glad we start having people having change of opinions on that, John, instead of them sitting there trying to say the same thing they've been saying, giving out them hating vibes. But no, I said the same thing, bro. I said the sky's the limit for this team as long as they're healthy and they get an opportunity to get into the playoffs. They get into the playoffs, the rest is history. Why? Because you got a ton of experience when they come to LeBron, heavily experienced. We all know that. You got AD that has playoff experience. And then, you know what I mean, you got D'Angelo Russell is still young, but he proven in big time moments that he does show up. You know what I mean? He doesn't falter he doesn't break and crack under pressure. And the rest of them boys, they play off of intensity type basketball. Dennis Schroeder, experience. So I like where they are from an experience standpoint of it. It's just a matter of them being healthy. And then a matter of them also playing the way they still playing now, which is what they're playing team oriented basketball, but they also understand the fact that they need to get the ball down to AD and let him go to work. They need to get the ball to AD and let him kind of put that team in trouble. And then everybody else, they got to worry about them on that flip side of that. You know what I mean? When the Austin Reaves wide open, he knocked out the three. D'Angelo Russell pushing the ball. Vanderbilt, who is what? Playing hard-nosed defense, crashing the boards, and just wreaking havoc. You know what I mean? You still got Rory Hachimura coming off the bench. You still got Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench. You still got Beasley, who is there. What are you doing, baby? You still got Beasley, who is coming into his own, showing that he's a proven shooter, so it's a good pickup there. Like, bro, you still got Mo Bamba, who a lot of people ain't looking at it that way. It's just saying, like, oh, you know, he's young, he can't do this and that. My thing is, you can play him and AD, and you got all that 7-foot size that's going to be at the rim. So it's going to allow what? It's going to allow AD to cook whatever power forward they got out there. Then you got Mo Bamba, who can also clean up the glass and known for shot blocking as well. So the team and the makeup and roster of this team, I like it. I just need them to get healthy, and I give them an absolute chance because they can match up with any team as well. You know what I mean? They got the ability to play different styles of basketball. It's just first being healthy is the main thing of getting there. If they healthy and they get into the playoffs, bro, I can see them being there to beat every team in the league. Because it's hard to game plan for a team like the Lakers. If LeBron's healthy and AD is healthy, it's hard to game plan for them because both of them can dominate the game in their own kind of way. Because obviously we know what AD brings to the table, and we know exactly what LeBron is. We know that for a fact. But then when you bring into the fold D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, Vanderbilt, and then the bench and how they're playing, it's like, bro, come on, man. I like the odds of my team, and I'll put them up against any team. Sorry, my knees are doing some talking right in my face, but I put them against any team.
You know what? No, I'm gonna say this about two teams. They in the same division, but I say it's about two teams. They done found ways to win. They done found ways to win with multiple different lineups and multiple superstars hurt at once, and that's the Lakers and Grizzlies. With AD out or with LeBron out for the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson out, or if Ja Morant out, them two teams they still find to win. They had they times where they go up and they go down, but for the most part, that team can win with they could win with not necessarily having their best player on the court. Now, can they win a championship? I don't know without their best player on the court. But as far as are those teams built to win championships, I do think they are built to win championships. If they go be healthy enough to win championship.
Yep, I agree with that.
Outside of like Milwaukee, it's wide open.
I agree with that. I say it's Milwaukee and the Celtics.
Like the Bucks, like the Bucks, the Celtics, it's wide open. Like and they see each other. They got to see one another. You know what I mean? And then you got them. That's they're gonna have to get through
and look at Teach. Salute to you, Teach. Talking about LA not win anything. Salute. Hey, and then he said, "Ride or die Knicks fan." That makes sense. I understand the hate. It's cool, brother. But yeah, I can't hear the Knicks over these 17 chips though. I don't know why I can't hear y'all down there. Hey, but I say this though, Teach. This Knicks team, would you say that this Knicks team they currently have is better than the Melo led Knicks or the Ewing and Allen Houston Knicks, or do you think this current Knicks team is just mediocre and they just don't won some games? What you got to say about your Knicks? I'm curious to see what you're gonna say.
Say it again.
I was telling Teach about his Knicks team. My bad, my daughter having fun. She just want to be clinged on to me right now. I asked Teach about his Knicks because he said he had Knicks diehard, and I told him his current team. How do you like his team? Does he think his current Knicks team is better than the Carmelo-led Knicks that he had, or back when the Patrick Ewing and Starks and Allen Houston Knicks? I'm curious to see what he's gonna say. Which Knicks team do you think is better than? T, matter of fact, T, how do you feel about this current Knicks team?
I think with Brunson, they could play, but it's like the Knicks a whole different team away. And it's been like this for a minute.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I don't know, man. I don't count nobody pockets or nothing like that, but I still don't think that $100 million price tag matches, man. I think they could have got him for about 60, 70 or something like that. I don't know about no $100 million. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, man, I didn't have no true topic, true agenda. Just was on there cooking, talking some basketball and going with the flow and seeing where it pushed me and seeing where it got me to. I know they had came out some recent news about Zion was clear for to participate either in practice or full activities, but then he's gonna be out for like another 2 weeks or something like that. And I'm just like, oh man, like they might as well just shut him down for the season. Okay, Zoe, what do you want, Mom? They might as well just shut him down for the season. Personally, I mean, I can't really see Zion coming back and being able to get himself either in game shape or if if the Pelicans make the playoffs. I can't really see him being able to go out there and have his NBA legs under him by the time the playoffs start. I can't really see it. So yeah, man, it's just one of those things, man. But like I said, I wasn't gonna be up here for a long time or anything like that. Was definitely up here for a good time. Just wanted to cook with y'all on this Friday. Talk about a few different things. Like I said, it was definitely fun going all over the place. Showing a little bit of ability to adjust and diversity of knowing, some different eras, different timelines of basketball and stuff like that. But all right, do you want me to give her a bottle? Because I don't know what to give her to kind of stop her from crying. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and Tim, I'm gonna get up out this joint, man. So feed my little big head daughter real fast and get her situated, make her happy. And then I'll be back with y'all with another one, man. The playoffs is right around the corner, so we definitely gonna be able to get those prediction videos in. We're gonna lock in on the playoffs, man. We're gonna be consistent with it. But again, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I appreciate my brother 17 showing up. And we definitely be back with another one.
I had to.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it. Now, like I said, I was on for a little bit. I wasn't planning to be here for a long time, but I wanted to hop on and cook with the good peoples real quick for a little bit and talk this basketball. Is anybody else going live or anything? Okay.
I think 5 go in the next like 20-30 or something like that. I got the deadlines open, but I ain't doing that for me. I'm gonna go live about 3. I'm gonna go live after 5.
Okay. It's hit a 5 line. Boy, keep pushing his time out. He must be busy doing something or something.
He probably pushed it back because you was on.
Oh, okay. I thought I try to hop on when I don't see nobody else going, or no, give everybody else some time and in between and stuff like that. I always try to find a little blank slab of time and jump in that joint. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this bad boy down, and then I'll be bouncing around supporting the people as usual. And again, man, I appreciate everybody that showed up and came through. T, you got any last word for the good people?
Nah, man, you felt about the Lakers, the new Lakers and shit. Ja Morant back, you know what I mean? So y'all can stop all that cooning. Y'all can stop all that cooning everybody been doing. Ja Morant back. And he back and he look good. And still winning. That's what y'all should be talking about, right? How that team, just went 5-2, like that, 6-3, some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what we need to be talking about. The Grizzlies a problem. LA look kind of scary. You know what I mean? Because LeBron ain't on the court right, and you got the role players getting them minutes. Then they gelling. When LeBron get back, man, that's gonna be a problem. Imagine if that team was able to bring LeBron off the bench in a scenario. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, or imagine that team. Because people forget Austin Rivers used to start for the Lakers at the beginning of the year, and he lost his job. Austin Reaves back at a point where you can stick his head back in the starting lineup now. Let him do pepper, with their rock. Take some of that shit off LeBron. That team look, man, and I'm a Grizzlies fan. That team, I don't like how that team gelling right now. That team look kind of good. You know what I mean? That team look good right now. They're looking good right now without LeBron, right? And at no point is LeBron gonna ever mess up, a team. He can play any position. You know what I mean? He literally, I seen LeBron be the pick and roll man and disrupt the game before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A few times. Be the pick and roll man, the dude that set the picks. Disrupt the game. You know what I mean? Imagine LeBron start setting some of them picks for D'Lo and Austin Reaves like that when they get back. You know what
I mean? Oh, you gonna see it. Definitely gonna see it.
Yeah, that team go get nasty, man. They got them ball handlers. Ball handler. Now, D'Angelo Russell give LeBron the big relief. And him and LeBron ain't really been on the court together that much just yet. Because D'Lo was hurt. LeBron was hurt. LeBron hurt now, and D'Lo was hurt at first.
Yeah, I think they only played 2 or 3 games together, and they won all together. They won them, so
something like that. Like 3 games, something like that.
Yeah, I need to see more of it.
Look, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I don't like it right now. How they looking without LeBron? I know how they look with him. I don't like how good Austin Reaves playing. I don't like it. I see.
Yeah.
I see the Nuggets, Memphis. I see the Nuggets, Memphis, or the Lakers coming out the West.
I can see that. I said that the Warriors, they definitely missing they missing Wiggins, his what he brings to that team. They missing Andrew Wiggins. They need him back in order for them to be, back at that championship pedigree. As weird as that may sound to people that don't really take it as serious.
Who you talking about?
I said Andrew Wiggins. They missing his presence.
Phoenix got a shot.
Oh,
yeah. Warriors and Phoenix got a shot. Them my 4 and 5. Them will be my 4 and 5. Phoenix, the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Out the West. That'll be my 4 and 5. So I think. Because I thought them teams just fools go. A lot of them teams be having good records, but they don't really be better than, some of them teams.
Yeah, no, I already know what you mean. A lot of them just be having them fluff records, but then when they come down to it, they getting smacked out in the playoffs. I know what you mean.
The Pelicans been playing pretty good basketball lately.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. You got a I think it's a 3 or 4-way tie from 6 through 10 or 7 through 10. It's 6 through 10, 7 through 10. I can't. I looked it up earlier from off over. Yeah, you got the Mavs, the Lakers, the Pelicans, and somebody else that's right there. All of them got the same record. Oh, OKC. There we go. OKC. Yeah. So you got all of them got the same record. They tied into it. So yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting next few games. I'm gonna definitely be keyed in or tuned in and watching all of them with a vested interest because I'm curious to see, see how these teams is out here playing, knowing what's on the line and what's at stake for them. So I can't wait to see. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this joint down. Get up here and what are you doing, girl? Get up here and play with my big head daughter. Play with her little big head butt. She just turned one yesterday. So play with her butt and then man, try to enjoy this sunny Friday. In Minnesota is like 40 something degrees, so that's like 80 degrees somewhere else, man. As long as it ain't snowing and it ain't negatives, I'm gonna take it.
Right. When in Minnesota, it's 80 somewhere.
Yep. That's sad that I gotta say it, but it's true, man. But I'm gonna slide up out this joint, man. T, I appreciate you coming on. Again, I appreciate everybody in the chat coming and rocking out with us here, man, for this hour and 15 minutes, man. And I'll be back with y'all another one. Like I said, them prediction videos gonna be. What is your problem, girl? Stop. Them prediction videos gonna be coming like hot and ready Little Caesars, man. And we definitely gonna cook, man. We're definitely gonna cook. Appreciate y'all. Stop, Joe. Seriously? Come here, man. Come here. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate y'all showing up, hanging out with me, man, and enjoying. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the good cook. And I'll definitely catch y'all on another one, man. Y'all be easy out there, my brother T. I'll be talking to you soon, brother.